Now, by the time Antonio's done talking, he's going to be a brother. Okay, so give him the respect he deserves, and welcome Antonio.
How y'all doing? Everybody's doing good? Yeah. I can't hear you, man.
I'm doing pretty good.
All right. I'm a little like off on this side, so I'm a little off on the eye on this side, but I'm definitely pretty good up here. Okay? Now, I got some visuals, right? This is how we're going to do this. I'm going to ask y'all a few questions, right? I'm going to share with you some experience, right? You're going to get some tools tonight. I'm pretty sure y'all get some tools when you're in church, like you learn some things, right? Because they're teaching you, right, about the word, correct? So what I'm going to give you is something that's probably rare. Some of this stuff you already know because you see it, whether it's on the schools, whether it's on the streets, your neighbors, your friends. But there's always somebody that you know, right? So when I get done speaking, I'm going to open it up so y'all can ask some questions. And then we're going to stop so y'all can come up and take a look at some of the stuff that's up here. This is some of the stuff that goes on in Lynn. Okay, and I tell you that, you know, everybody speaks like Lynn is like the worst city and the gangs, and it's not so bad. There's only 39 gangs and over 2,000 gang members between the ages of 12 and 17. That's not too bad. That's like what? That's like what? In Lynn, a percentage. Somebody give me a percentage. Go ahead. Okay. That 2%, right, of the gang members in Lynn run half the city. They outnumber the police department by God knows how much. It could be 20 gang members for every police officer there is in this city. Right? 7 out of 10 of those kids carry a gun illegally. Right? What do y'all know about gangs? Anybody? Go ahead. Huh? Okay. Hang on. Go ahead.
They fight in groups.
Huh?
They fight in groups.
Okay.
They're everywhere.
There you go. Anybody else? Go ahead.
Sometimes they sell drugs.
Sometimes? All the time. Go ahead.
Dump people.
Most definitely. Anybody else? Go ahead.
It's hard to get out of.
Yes.
Recruit really young kids, like younger brothers and sisters.
Yes, they do. Anybody else? Okay. Oh, wait a minute. We got some more. Go ahead, dog. Okay.
Your life can be on the line.
Oh, always.
All colors, all genders.
Definitely. If you notice nowadays, right, they don't discriminate anymore. Right? Now, what makes me, I'm no expert, and let's get off on the right foot here. I ain't no counselor, right? I do some case management. I'm a father of 9, okay? My youngest son was a blood, Asian blood. Now, mind you, my son is Latino. They don't discriminate anymore, okay? Now, back then, it was Latinos with Latinos, white with white, black with black. Like, no, there was no mix. There was no way that anybody was going to infiltrate with us unless they were Latino. Nowadays, it's changed. I mean, they got names I ain't never even, I wonder where these kids come up with these names. And they're kids. That's exactly what they are, kids. One of the hardest things, and I was telling Richard, like outside, there was a group of y'all outside, right, and y'all were talking. I told Rich, I'll tell you what, I would grab 5 of y'all to walk the streets with me, right? And you automatically will be branded a gang member. Why is that? Right?
Because we followed you. Because you're in groups.
Automatically. I went to the store with a couple of the fellas, right? And I hadn't hung out in the corner in a long time, man. So there was 4 of us on the corner, right? And I'm looking, right? And I'm looking, as I'm standing there with 3 of y'all, right? I'm standing, I'm going, wow. Then I said, wow, I haven't chilled on the corner in a minute. Latino, black, and white. And we're all standing on the corner. The cars are going by. They're not paying attention. I'm watching how people are driving by and looking, right? Now they see my jacket. It straight says street outreach worker, right? So automatically to them, I'm talking to gang members. One of the hardest things that I deal with when I work on the street is the fact that all kids are branded gang members. I don't like that. I got kids, right? And I tell you that my youngest son, and I was going to bring the picture, and I forgot it, I put it. They did intelligence on him in the town where he lives at, and the cops were taking pictures. He didn't even know it, right? Now, mind you, my kid now is 15. This was when he was 14. He got caught out he got 2 weapon charges. One with a weapon in his locker in school. 7 days later, one in his pocket walking down the street because they were watching him. Now, they took the pictures, and when they showed me the pictures, it hurts because it's like, man, I'm fighting like tooth and nail, left and right, to try to keep kids out of it, and my own kids are like in it. But what I learned was that I can only live by example. Hold it for the end. That I can only lead by example, right? So, what makes me, again, and I told you, I'm not no teacher, I ain't no, I don't preach, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I say educate. You can take it as an education, or you can take it as a reality, man. About a week ago, somebody asked me, like, have I ever, gotten shot or anything like that? Well, I've gotten shot, I've gotten stabbed, I've gotten burned, I got a finger half cut off. I got 42 stitches on the top of my head, 20-something stitches and about 20-something staples, okay? And that was all gang rumbles. Back then, we used to fight. We used to go toe-to-toe, right? There was no guns allowed. You brought knives, bats, chains, but you couldn't bring a gun. Now it's vice versa. How you gonna bring a knife to a gunfight? Now they just shoot whoever's there. And most of the time, they don't even hit the target. How many of y'all, like, this summer, like, read the newspaper throughout the summer with all the gang shootings and everything that was going on, right? That's not cool. That kind of makes you wonder, man, what's going to happen, like, walking on the street and something breaks out and I don't even know what's going on. I visited some of those crime scenes because, like the police department, I do some stuff with them and like the gang unit. They allow me to come on the crime scenes and because I do a lot of collaborative work with the gang unit. I have a lot of respect for these men. I wouldn't be caught in the same room if it was 10, 12 years ago, right? And I tell you that I don't drink, right? I don't do drugs. I stopped all that nonsense about 10 years ago. And, one of the things that somebody had mentioned, like that some sell drugs, that was one of our biggest money makers, was selling drugs, man. One of the things that hit me most at home, right, because the Latino community is big on my people, my people, my people. I sold to more of my people than anybody else. They were my people as long as they had money. They didn't have no money, I didn't want to have anything to do with them. One of the hardest things, right, is going on a crime scene